and junction where you must enjoy the preservations of God. You must understand the ministry of the altar. And that's why we saw that the earth from Genesis chapter 1, the scripture made us understand Genesis chapter 1, that the earth in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth, and there was a full stop. How can I ask you a question before we move forward? God, we know, is a perfect being, and God, being a perfect being, cannot create what is imperfect. Are you hearing me now? And in verse 2 of Genesis chapter 1 verse 2, and the scripture says, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. I want to ask you a question. If God, being a perfect God, can God create an imperfect earth? The answer is no, because the earth we are enjoying today is known as the second earth, because the first earth that was created. Now there was no man to preserve the landscape, and because there was no man to preserve the landscape of the earth, that earth was destroyed in the days of the battles. And our God, Bible said in God, he said in verse 3, and God said, let there be light. So what we are enjoying today is called the recreated earth, not the created earth. So the first earth was created and destroyed, but the second earth was recreated. Are you hearing me, child of God? So the earth that Adam is called the recreated earth. So everything that was once spoiled, God came back again. God began to separate the waters of the waters. God came back again. God began to set the ecosystems of life in order. Why? Because he knows so much that there was no man in that earth to preserve the earth. And that's why after creating everything, God knew so much that this one can destroy. And he said, let us make man in our own image. And when man came to be, what we saw, God gave man a duty and an assignment, and the assignment and the duty of man is to till the ground. That simply means to preserve the earth. Without man, the earth cannot be preserved. Without man, things will go wrong in the nation of Nigeria. There must be a man. No matter what Bible say, I sought for a man that will stand in the gap, but I found none. Hear me and hear me well. If Moses was nowhere to be found, Israel will forever be in bondage. So there are Moses that must rise. There are Moses that must rise. So without the Moses, sir, yeah, hear me, Israel cannot be preserved. So you are the one to preserve your family. The destinies of your family is crying because Ijoma has not risen. The destinies of your family is crying because Emeka have not risen. There are men that are destined to preserve, and until these men are born, preservation is nowhere to be found. I prophesy by the Spirit of God, and the family crying for preservation, I raise you to preserve your family.